Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. Ooh, we got a pending sell signal on Bitcoin over here. We had a pending sell signal on the NASDAQ chart as well. We'll take a look at it, see if it still has a pending sell signal. So one of the things that we kept talking about, right? Let's go back to it. By the way, the first half of the live stream is going to be, 15, 30 minutes going through the charts. We're going to go through them as quickly as possible. Second half, we'll go through your requests if we have some time. Make sure early bird gets worm. Make sure you get your comments in and make sure that you put in all your requests. Let me know if it's crypto, stock, all that stuff, right? So just kind of a quick recap. Bitcoin had its highest monthly candle close of all time. Had its highest weekly candle close of all time, right? Doesn't mean that there's not going to be retracements along the way. So even on a monthly candle, it's possible that it starts with a wick early on in the monthly candle. It's only April 2nd, right? Thank God we're done with all the April Fools, right? I thought we were 4 years old again, doing all the influencers doing April Fools jokes out there yesterday. After I saw like 20 terrible ones, I was like, what is going on? So glad that day's over. No more April Fools over there. If it's a good April Fools, cool. But it better be good. Otherwise, you better be 4 years old. So Bitcoin monthly chart, it's still in ultra bullish territory, right? Still in ultra bullish territory as of right now. Could start off as a wick, just as this previous candle wick did over here. So why am I showing this? The reason why I'm showing it is because when the higher time frames are still bullish or ultra bullish, my plan is still to buy the dip, right? So buy the dip scenarios. So it's still ultra bullish early on the candle. It's not how the candle starts, it's how it closes. Of course, it could just crash completely back down. But I think obviously I think that's less likely as of right now. So, but do I think there could be a further correction? Absolutely. We've been talking about it. We've been covering it. We said Bitcoin is not out of the woods yet, and we're going to dive into it right now. So with that, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, Jesse, new here. I would kindly check one USD on the monthly. Sure. Javier, good morning. Welcome back. Good to see everybody. Good morning, all the market snipers over here as we continue to do our very best to sniper the markets together. Here's the Bitcoin daily chart. We're going to get on it right now. So what we talked about was that there was bearish divergence going back to February, right? Bearish divergence. I said back here on this wick that my personal opinion, the bearish divergence was cleared. Great. So here we are. As it was starting to break back out over here, and we were talking about on the 8-hour chart, right? So we'll get to the 8-hour chart as well. Good afternoon, snipers. Good afternoon, Caesar. Welcome back. We said Bitcoin is not out of the woods yet, right? So if you were buying this dip, it better keep V-shaped recovering, or it's no longer a V-shaped recovery, right? So the V-shape where price comes straight down and price goes straight back out. If it stops to V-shaped recovery, which we talked about and covered it on every single live stream pretty much, if it doesn't V-shape out and continue to V-shape out like it stopped doing over here, right, then it's no longer a V-shaped recovery. So the reason why we're not out of the woods is because you'd want it to start closing back above 73,000. Anything lower could possibly put in a lower high. So is this a lower high? It looks like it's a lower high, right? Does it mean is going to take out this area over here, which where target 3 was? Not necessarily, right? It could come back down to revisit target 3, but it doesn't mean it's going to go lower. So let's put on some of the targets. I did add back on target 4 and target 5 over here. So 3 targets to the downside so far. We have another pending sell signal. So I put on this horizontal line up here at 73,120. Just call it 73,100-ish. Thanks for, okay. Not sure what that means. So you got a possible high, right? You have possible lower high over here. And of course, it's not confirmed until it takes out this pivot point over here, but that would be really late. So we don't wait for that stuff. We wait to put in when it starts to look like a possible lower high, then we'll put in that it looks like a possible lower high. So sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And what we talked about on the live streams, hold on, before we get too crazy into it, let's hold on, let's go real quick. We got the live stream over here. Smash that like button, smash the repost button, or what if you're on YouTube over there, and then put in a quick comment. I know it takes 5 seconds of your time, but it helps me, helps you, helps me, keeps me motivated to keep going on these live streams and help you with all of your chart requests. So help me, help you, help me. If you're on YouTube, just do the exact same thing over there. So whether YouTube or the X app, help me out, and we'll keep it going over here. So we have possible high, possible lower high, pending sell signal. Seems like it's going to close to be a sell signal over here. I mapped out my exact thoughts over in the Discord on RSI and all that stuff early this morning. And it's just a follow up to what I've already been thinking the last couple of days, the last week, right? So all of this time over here, I've been posting in the Discord my exact thoughts of possible going lower because it wasn't V-shaping, right? It was V-shaping, and then it's kind of stopped V-shaping the last 4 or 5 days. And so then we started mapping out what it could look like on the daily chart. And we talked about it yesterday as well. So real quick, we'll follow up on the 8-hour chart that we've been covering for a while, right? So we've been covering this 8-hour chart, not only on the X app, but the Discord and all that stuff. So we talked about prices getting oversold, reverse a candle, buy signal, came back down, a higher low. If you took either that play or this play here, what we talked about was, assuming that you're not in leverage, but if you're in leverage, this would change. But say you're up 9%, we talked about moving the stop loss up to break even, right? So if you didn't take profits on this move over here, right? Say you bought at 65,800-ish, and then you started to get out when it started to close back down based off the 8-hour chart, right? If you didn't take profits on that, what we talked about was moving your stop loss to break even. And if you're getting in around 65,000, 700, 800-ish, whatever you did, or you waited for a buy signal and then you moved your stop loss up to break even, if it starts to keep going back up, awesome. It's a risk-free trade. If it starts to roll back over and you didn't take profits, awesome. You're still a risk-free trade, right? And you would have been stopped out at break even by now. So that is what we do, right? That's what I teach over in the Discord on those recorded coaching videos, 60 plus hours. We talk about it over and over and over again back in 2022, and it's still the same strategy today. Once it starts moving away from your entry point after a few candles, right, moving up to the upside, we talk about moving the stop loss, whether it was down here or down here, moving it to break even. It's a risk-free trade, and then you're not too worried about it and stressing about it over and over again. Do you want to take profits? Absolutely. If you could have taken profits as it's starting to roll over. If you're buying on the 8-hour chart, you should be selling on the 8-hour chart. If you're buying on the weekly chart, you're probably selling on the weekly chart to try to maximize the profits to the best of your ability over there. You don't want to be, if you're buying on the 1-hour chart, you want to be trying to sell on the 1-hour chart unless you're trying to push it longer, right? So there's multiple strategies out there. Do you think we might just range in that zone? Yeah, Joel, we talked about it yesterday on the live stream. No need to rehash it. And we're going to get into some of the altcoins, and you're going to see my drawings from yesterday. So go back over to the live stream yesterday or wait for the altcoins, my other thoughts, right? So I just want to do a quick follow-up on the 8-hour chart and the strategy. If you took this long here, we talked about, even on the live stream, I mentioned, moving the stop loss up to break even. And if it doesn't keep V-shaped recovering, right? If it's not doing a V-shaped recovery, then it's no longer V-shaped recovering. And, got to watch for those lower highs, right? So even on the 8-hour chart, you can see the double top over here. You can see a double top on this 8-hour chart, right? and then it started to break back down below the trading dots, the red trading dots, sell signal, battled it, back below, back below, back below, back below, right? So that's what we were watching on the 8-hour chart. You got a lot of V-shaped recovery experts out there. If it doesn't keep V-shaping, it's no longer a V-shape. So they like to move the goalposts a lot. We saw it a lot in 2021. Everything was going to be a V-shape, and then the V-shape just kept changing and changing and changing and changing. But really, it's a V-shape until it's not, right? And then it wasn't. So that's the 8-hour chart. Just want to do a quick follow-up on that. Let's get back to the daily chart. Over here, you can see the pending sell signal. We got a lot to cover, so we're just going to keep bulldozing through, and we'll come back through some of these comments. BCH, you got it. Tesla John, good morning. Can you explain why price on brokerage exchange is different? Price on... yeah, they're different across different platforms, right? So... yeah, that might be too long of an explanation, right? I don't know if we're going to have time today. Possibly. It's a good question, but might be too long of an explanation to get into all of it. But, you know, when you've got, real quick, when you've got spot versus brokers versus derivatives versus derivatives of derivatives, right? You know, price is going to vary. It's going to be fairly close overall. And then you've got, like, you know, for example, Bitcoin versus Bitcoin spot versus Bitcoin spot on another exchange. Then you've got Bitcoin spot versus the dollar versus the Japanese yen or Australian or whatever it is, right? It's all going to be different. And you got Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin, you know, futures on options, right? So there's just so many different reasons why, but it's not going to be exactly the same. So it's going to, they do their best, it seems like, and some platforms will have more liquidity than others. That's the short answer. Could probably get into deeper, but not going to do it today. So pending sell signal, possible lower high. It's still a buy the dip scenario, in my personal opinion, right? Whether that means price comes back down, retests target 2. Again, this could be it, right? And we talked about it. We talked about it, and then come back out, right? So that could be still the possibility of that we talked about yesterday. Could always come back down target 3, come back down to target 4, and then come back down to target 5 as well, right? There's definitely scenarios where it could come back down lower, still be bullish on the higher time frames. You're looking at this correction still in like April, and it could still start to bounce back out all the way through April and make its move all the way up to the upside heading before May, right? So those are still the possibilities. Yesterday we talked about this scenario over here, right? We talked about this scenario over here, and this scenario is not off the table yet, right? So it's possible that the low was still in. It's possible it comes back down and retests that low over here at target 3. It's possible that it goes lower, right? So we'll just continue to watch it, and we'll see how it plays out. This scenario here is the hardest for swing traders, right? They're going to get, usually that's called the chop, right? So you got this move down, you got a lesser move up, you got a lesser move down, lesser move up, down, until they just get exhausted and then they get chopped up, right? So this is the most difficult for swing trading. They want to get back in. They want to get back to the downside. Then they want to get back to the upside, downside, all that stuff, right? So just keep that in mind. Let's move over to Ethereum. Drew this out yesterday, so this is what I'm talking about. We won't get into it too deeply today. You can always go back to yesterday's live stream talking about that, get into the consolidation. Some of the lows could be in. Obviously, there could be lower targets as well that get hit. But as of right now, the low could be in, and it just consolidates time-wise. So I thought it was less likely that after a 5 to 6 day correction on some of these altcoins that we were just going to go straight back up. It was possible. I just thought it was less likely. Usually you see a longer consolidation period. 30, 45, 60 days, in my opinion, over there, right? So, oh, don't forget to smash the like button, right? And while you're at it, smash that subscribe button, especially if you're on YouTube. You're already probably following me on the Twitter X app, but if not, follow me over on the Twitter X app. But if you're on YouTube, smash the subscribe button over there as well. Solana, right? Could have put in additional bearish divergence, breaking back below this trend line over here. No sell signal as of yet, right? No sell signal as of yet. Chainlink, talked about it again over here, right? Talked about it yesterday. Could go through this consolidation period just as an idea. Of course, it could go lower. Of course, it could go lower, but I think this is more difficult, right? So we'll see. Near has a pending sell signal, didn't have a sell signal. I added this confluence box over here. There's two targets in this box over here, but I was getting lazy. So before the live stream, and I put on that target box confluence area. So we drew this out yesterday. And of course, it could go lower into the target area box, right? Find support and then do that and then come back out, right? So both of them are buy the dip scenarios. So we're just kind of watching and waiting for it to come over here. It was getting overbought for a long time. There was bearish divergence on it, all that stuff, right? We talked about it. We covered it. DOT took out this pivot low over here, right? So some of the crypto assets could also be following that as well. So maybe this doesn't fall out. So we're talking about this as a possibility, and then DOT comes back down after that sell signal comes down. So is DOT kind of leading the way of taking out that pivot low over here? Possible, right? Could be finding a double bottom over here. Possible. So we'll continue to watch over there. Remember, the higher time frames are still bullish, right? So we're still expecting buy the dip scenarios over here. Sand will come back down and take out this pivot similar to DOT, or will it kind of play out similar to this, right? So that's what we're kind of watching over here. Filecoin, similar thoughts. Will it take out this pivot point like DOT, or will it play out like this? Algo will play out like this, or over exaggerated, come back down, or take out this pivot point and actually hit this target box over here. Here, let's take some of this off real quick. Let's just clean this up real quick. So this fourth target never got hit, right? This fourth target, however it plays out for that next possible buy the dip scenario. So here, let's take some of this off. It just missed target 4. So if it came over in here and hit target 4, wouldn't surprise me. Had that sell signal yesterday, and now it's just breaking back down. Looks like it wants to come back down and hit that fourth target over here. It's already breaking below target 3, right? Yeah, target 2 over here like that, and then target 1. So however you're playing it out, if you were buying this over here and you didn't move your stop loss to break even, did you get out on the sell signal? They're both probably fairly close to your stop loss at break even. Probably broke even unless you're doing it wrong, right? Unless you're doing it wrong, you're probably at break even. Now you're just kind of waiting for that next possible buy the dip scenario over there. This is Algo, by the way. Mana could come all the way back down target 4, possibly, right? Could come all the way back down target 4. Bearish divergence, lower high, come all the way back down. We'll see. Cardano, all the way back down to target 4 again, right? So all the way back down. You got this wick down here as well. So we'll keep going. Rarible came all the way back up. Kind of let the training dots catch up. Matic took this pivot point out similar to DOT over here. Never had a buy signal over here on the breakout. Back above the training dots. Never had a buy signal, and then came straight back down, right? Hit target 4 so far. Is at the bottom. We don't know yet. Too early to say. Could take some time to play out, right? Atom, similar thoughts. SHIB, pending sell signal over there. Doge, right? If it doesn't hold here and break back above, then it's going to be similar thoughts to SHIB, Atom, Matic, Cardano, Mana, Algo, Phil, Sand, DOT, Near. You got it. You get the point, right? You get the point. So bearish divergence. You have bearish divergence and possibly a sneaky lower high. So did you take profits on Doge? If not, did you move your stop loss to break even? Wherever that was, the buy signal over here. Did you move your stop loss to break even? Did you take profits over there? MicroStrategy. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep talking about it. People bought this wick here, and nothing changes, right? Expert analysts, quote unquote, we're buying up here above $1,800, $1,900 over here. People are buying this wick over here. We don't know if that was, we know that this was the high wick. We don't know if this is the high wick yet, but that's not our strategy. Our strategy isn't to buy up here. Strategy is to buy down here and then sell into the FOMO, right? Buy here, sell into the FOMO, or a higher probability possible reversal, right? You got bearish divergence on MicroStrategy that we've been talking about. Bearish divergence going all the way back to March. You're buying into bearish divergence. Ooh. You're buying into bearish divergence. Ooh. Not good, man. Not good. How do you come up with the target boxes? Oh. You want to know how I do the target box? Oh, you got it. Sorry, man. There's a paywall for that. You got to go to the Discord. It's I show all the details for the $29 a month. But if you want to take a deeper dive, we have recorded coaching where I have 60 plus hours of recorded coaching. That's $79 a month. Or if you want to save, I think it's like 30% you can save for the year on the $29 is $290 for the year. If you want to, no, 17%, $290 for the year. Or if you want to save 30% for the year on the recorded coaching, it's $660 for the year. So good question. But, you got to join the Discord to get all the details. I am part of Market Cyber. Oh, well, then then it's all on the charts. It's all on the charts. It's all on the charts. So take a deeper dive over there. Yeah, I show all the details on the charts. So if you're in it to win it for the $29 a month, awesome. It's all there. It's all there. I don't pull any punches in the Discord whatsoever. It's all there. So you got bearish divergence here, picking up on the RSI 2.0. You had that RSI sell signal on MicroStrategy. You got additional bearish divergence. There's no sell signal as of yet, but you got a candle close back below the trailing dots, and then it started to gap back down. So it puts in a lower high. It's going to be a higher probability to the downside. You even have MACD bearish crossovers, right? MACD bearish crossovers, and people are buying into bearish divergence, buying into parabolic moves. The last buy signal was at 591. Are you buying up here into bearish divergence, or are you buying down here and selling into bearish divergence and over? You got to know a strategy. And if your strategy is buying into bearish divergence, I don't think you're going to be as profitable as what you could be. So be careful out there. Be careful out there. You got a lot of experts out there in the up only crew, and be careful. So could see a sell signal in the near future, right? No sell signal yet. It's possible, right? It comes all the way back up, puts in a lower high. It takes time for it to roll over. Remember, trending dots, right? Trending dots could take some time for it to roll over. Trending dots don't just go straight down, right? So, but while the trending dots are taking some time to roll over, the price here, let's change this just for color purposes. Here we go. Let's change it to red, right? Let's change the trending dot. This is the trending dots turning red, right? And then we'll leave yellow as the price. So could, spike up. All right, let's change that back to yellow. Spike up, spike down, spike up like this, right? And come back down like that, right? So you've got most likely already hit target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, something like that, right? So that's a possibility, right? As the trending dots are starting to curl over, if they do, assuming MicroStrategy puts in a lower high, assuming MicroStrategy has some sell signals, right, or a sell signal, that's how it could play out. It would take some time to play out, right? And then you could see some lower targets being hit off of that. So that's kind of what it is for a MicroStrategy. Doesn't mean that it's going to. Remember, higher time frames are still bullish, right? The point I'm trying to make is buy low and sell into bearish divergence and lower highs, right? Buy low, sell high. Don't buy up in here. You're buying up in $1,800, $1,900, $2,000. It's not a great strategy, right? I don't care what your narratives are, right? Where is the Friday candle, Olson? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Good morning, by the way. Okay, so Friday candle. I got you. All right, NASDAQ pending sell signal. We drew this out before the pending sell signal, right? We drew this out on yesterday's live stream before the pending sell signal. Remember, there's been bearish divergence going back to, possible coming back here. You've got bearish divergence all the way up here. A sneaky possible lower high breakdown, right? Sneaky possible. You got bearish divergence. And by the way, if you need to know, like if you need to take a deeper dive, you may want to consider doing the 60 plus hours of recorded coaching. Otherwise, you can see all the details on my charts and previous videos. I used to do a lot. I did like 200 private videos for the Discord before I went public. So you can go back and study the charts and figure it out yourself. But if you want me to walk you through it step by step for 60 plus hours, you might want to consider taking a deeper dive, because I recorded the live coaching sessions, and I did my best to hold their hand and walk them through and answer a million questions. They had so many great questions over in the live coaching crew that I did my very best to answer every single question. And that's the $79 a month. So if you want to take a deeper dive, I answered every possible question we could think of. I took them through it. We covered it. I spent probably 100 hours with them, and I recorded at least 60 hours of it. Woo! A lot of energy, a lot of work. But if not, for the $29, there's like 200. There's at least 100 private videos that you could see my charts and stuff. And then there's over 7,500 posts. So you can figure it out. But if you want to take a deeper dive and go step by step and talk about the psychology behind it, my thoughts behind it, the purpose of it all that stuff, right? Then you probably want to take a deeper dive. Could you take a look at shop? I'm long. Sure. So NASDAQ, right? Pending sell signal. We drew this out yesterday before the pending sell signal. Remember, price is at 18,500 on the live stream yesterday. And we drew this possible line out like this, right? So yes, the higher time frames are bullish. Yes, it could be a buy the dip scenario, right? Yes, it is breaking down today. Yes, it's a pending sell signal today. Not a sell signal yet. Could be a pending sell signal. Could break down further, then bounce all the way back up, put in another more defined lower high, and then possibly come back down and hit lower targets. So bearish divergence for a while. We had a RSI sell signal back February 14th, right? Had many MACD bearish crossovers starting back in December, back in January. This is why we don't do MACD as our trading strategy, but I've always had it on the chart since day one, a long time. I've had MACD on more than 5-7 years, right? But as you can see, it's not the only part of it's. I have it for visual purposes, but it's not part of the strategy, right? Multiple bearish crossovers, and eventually price will catch up, right? So RSI, all that stuff. So here we are. Price is breaking down from the trailing dots, pending sell signal, breaking down from two upward trend lines, one long, one shorter. And so we got the targets laid out over there like that. We will see how it plays out. No pending sell signal on SP 500 yet, but it is breaking down from the trending dots now. Dow Jones was kind of leading the way yesterday, right? It was breaking down. It looks like we talked about this on the live stream. It was looking like a lower high was getting put in, and then it was breaking down. Now we're back below the trending dots. There is a pending sell signal on the Dow Jones as well. Got a gap down here. I'll probably map out the targets over there, but I got the NASDAQ done. Russell 2000 breaking down, pending sell signal over there. Let's see. Just bought a NVIDIA card, and can you check NVIDIA's price? We already covered it. 4K mods. We covered NVIDIA. I think we covered it. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I posted it on the Discord. I'm not sure if we covered it yet. Russell 2000 pending sell signal over here. 10-year yield hit target 3, so we can change this target 3 that we had laid out a while back as the third target getting hit. We have this. Arrow above. This is a 10-year yield, so it's important for some business debt, especially the mortgage interest rates. So if the 10-year yield is increasing, the mortgage rates are definitely increasing as well. They're getting repriced higher today, most likely. Had another buy signal yesterday, hit target 3, and you got this arrow up here. If you break through this resistance up here at 4.5%, 4.6% roughly, break above it, flip it into support, then this third longer term target that never got hit could be back in play over here. So we'll continue to watch it. Dollar remains bullish on the daily, weekly, and monthly chart, right? We talked about it yesterday. VIX has another pending buy signal on the weekly chart, but yesterday we were talking about the buy signal, had a pending buy signal yesterday on the VIX, right? Had a pending buy signal, and now we have, after the buy signal, we have follow through to the upside. This fourth target was never hit. We've been talking about this bottoming phase, right? Going through this bottoming phase. Hasn't retested 200-week moving average in a while, since October. Seems like to be that last pivot point of the NASDAQ as well. So kind of lining up that we're seeing this retracement and the VIX breakout all at the same time. So there we go. We've been talking about, we've been covering it. So plan accordingly, right? Plan accordingly. NVIDIA, we drew out this monster yesterday. Gap down, right? This was a joke down here, right? But let's take this off just so we can kind of see it. So this was the trending dots. We were talking about the trending dots over here, right? Takes some time to play out, so it could come down. So yesterday, before it gapped down to 877, right? Before it gapped down, we talked about it could come down, spike back up, put in a lower high, come back down, put in a lower high, and then break down deeper to these retracement targets over here, Aldo, and go from there, right? So this was a massive move up from this buy signal at 493. It basically went parabolic. It was putting in bearish divergence. It was overbought forever, right? There's still no lower high as of yet. This could be a sneaky lower high over here. It's been trending downward since the RSI sell signal. It's been trending, hasn't put in a new higher wick at 975 since this reversal candle and bearish engulfing candle. So you have a reversal candle and a bearish engulfing candle. Then you had additional bearish divergence, another bearish engulfing candle. Here, let's turn this off for a second. You got a bearish engulfing candle. You got another bearish engulfing candle. This is how many signs do you need on a topping pattern? Yet people will continue to buy this top. People will continue to buy this top. Instead of buying down here and selling into this topping pattern, people won't buy down here. People will love to buy up here. People love to buy the tops. They love it. They cannot resist the tops, right? Bearish engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle. It's called fear of missing out to the upside. It's called fear of missing out, right? FOMO. But here we are talking about the trending dots. Could take some time to roll over, right? Still, the trending dots still have not flipped red yet. So they could in the near future. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, the day after, sometime in April, right? This is drawn out for April. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. A&F, we talked about over here. We had a high, we had a lower high. So price broke down quickly, shot all the way back up, a lower high. That's a higher probability of a short position. You got another possible lower high over here, right? You can see the trending dots battling and battling, but now the trending dots, like if you were to take this off, let's see, let's take this off for a second. Let's hide that, hide, right? You can see what I'm talking about in the trending dots. They were in such a strong uptrend for so long, right? For so long. That's a super long upward trend, right? The trending dots. Yeah, a couple red dots here and there. But now it's starting to look different, right? So not just getting bought back up after one time again, now it's a second time, right? And possible double top over there on the trending dots. So you can kind of see what it's looking like over there. Let's put the targets back on. I mean, not the targets, the candles back on. So that's what we're watching over there. Could be a high, a lower high, another possible lower high. Could be breaking back down from the trading dots again, right? And it's still, it's too early to say as of right now. So we'll continue to watch over there. Bitcoin mining stocks are down, right? Hit 3 targets to the upside. Not sure we're going to have enough time to cover it all today. So we're going to flip over to the Magnificent 7. We're already at 36 minutes and we got some requests in there. So we got a lot to get through. Magnificent 7 over here. NVIDIA, we already covered it. Meta, we've been covering it over here. You can see the trending dots. Here, hold on one second. Let's just do this for a second. Let's clean this up. Hold on. So we had bearish divergence over here, right? Bearish divergence on Meta. And then will it put in a lower high, right? Will it put in a lower high? You can see the trending dots over here starting to curl back over. You can see the price action kind of battles it. And it started, as it's starting to trend back down, will it come back down and hit lower targets? Possible, right? Too early to say. It could find support. The higher time frames are still bullish. So we'll see. Bearish divergence, trending dots. So again, if you bought this dip over here and you got bearish divergence, and if you get a lower high and price starts to come back down, at what point do you take profits? At what point do you consider locking in profits? Over there on Meta, have a plan in place, stick to the plan, and go from there, right? Was it based off the sell signal? Was it overbought? Was it bearish divergence followed by a reverse candle? Was it put in another top over here, additional bearish divergence, breaking back down from the trending dots? What is your take profit strategy, right? Have one in place, whatever it is. Amazon, right? Bearish divergence, no sell signal, still above the trending dots. Microsoft, bearish divergence, possible lower high over here, right? So you got a bearish divergence, possible sneaky lower high over here, back below the trending dots. Trending dots aren't even red yet. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll go from there. Tesla, gap down. Remember, we were talking about it. There was bullish divergence. There could be additional bullish divergence. And if you look at it from over here, right? Oh, we already drew this out. So we already had that drawn out where if it breaks below this line, of course, it wicked below, closed back up. We talked about it, and then they gapped it down. So if it starts closing back below 162, then it could be additional bullish divergence. Could the low be in? Possible. Could it put in a higher low? Possible. Too early to say. Still below, is back below the trending dots, but still below the trending dots on the weekly chart is what we've been talking about. Is that still below it? So it could take some time for the ship to get turned around. Could go through a bottoming phase. You still got that gap at 147-ish right over there. Let's keep going. Apple breaking down target 2 over here on the weekly chart. Apple still bearish on the weekly chart. Apple still below the trending dots on the weekly chart. The daily chart gapped below and took out this pivot point here. So we'll see if it continues lower, see if it hits the third target to the downside. Google, it could put in bearish divergence. So you have this breakout. If you took this breakout over here and you took the buy signal or you took it back above the trending dots, just be aware that maybe you moved your stop loss to break even, and hopefully you're trying to ride it as long as you can or try to push it as long as you can. It made all-time new highs, so it is bullish on the monthly chart. It is bullish on the weekly chart. So maybe you're trying to push this one as long as possible, right? So just being aware of all the rest of the surroundings, though. So with that, let's move back over, see if anything else catches our eye. Take a look at it. Natural gas had a buy signal yesterday. I don't talk about it as much because it's very difficult for many people to trade. It's a lower market cap, and with natural gas futures, it's leverage, and so people get chopped up, especially going through a bottoming phase. And so I don't talk about it as much. A lot of people aren't ready to trade natural gas futures. It's difficult. It's a difficult one to trade. This could be the low over here. Here, let me move this up. This could be the low over here. This could be a possible higher low over here. Could be another possible higher low. You can see the trading dots have flipped back green. You had multiple candle closes back below the trading dots. Buy signal, got this gap over here. So we will see 200-week moving average up here. Those are massive moves with leverage. So we'll see how it plays out. Natural gas looking like T-Dot. Okay, maybe. Nope. T-Dot broke back down and took out the low over here. So I would say it doesn't look like T-Dot. This put in a higher low. T-Dot took out the low over here and put in a lower low. And now it's reversed back around. So I respectfully disagree with you, Javier, on that one. Smash those deserved likes. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. We're going to circle back. We're 42 minutes in. We're going to keep these shorter unless we get the likes rolling. If we get a high amount of likes, then we'll go longer, right? You know, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, you scratch your back, my back, back and forth. It's give and take, right? It's give and take. So let's take a look at it. How are we doing? 22 likes on the Twitter X app. That's it. How many? We have 991 viewers right now, and we only have 22 likes. We only have 4 reposts besides me. And so we got to get those. We got to get those likes up, and I will spend as much time as possible. So help me, help you, help me, and we'll continue to go over here. And then the YouTube, if you're over on the YouTube app, awesome. We're live streaming at the same time. So smash that like, smash the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me, and we'll keep going. We're going to circle back. We're just going to cover the early birds that got the worm on the live streams, unless we get those likes up. If we hit 50 likes on the Twitter X app or 50 likes on YouTube, I'll keep going and knock out everybody's request. That's the deal. That is the deal. Let's do that. Let's make that deal. We talked about it yesterday. We'll talk about it again. So let's do one USDT. So let's choose Binance, right? Someone asked me about it the other day. So again, you could have probably similar to other crypto assets, right? Could come down and take out this pivot point. So you can kind of see like eyeball test probably had like target 1. Here, let's switch this back to yellow so we can see a little bit better. And then probably hit like target 2 already. Probably target 3. Probably got close to target 4. Maybe already hit target 4. Eyeball test target 4 like that. And then you kind of map it out. The next possible buy the dip scenario was already kind of mapped out. Doesn't mean it couldn't go lower. It's possible that it could go lower. Had a sell signal yesterday. So we talked about all the crypto assets and the altcoins earlier on the live stream, and similar thoughts, right? You had that buy signal at 15 cents. It was getting overbought, probably bearish divergence, had RSI sell signals back then. At what point do you take profits? If you're into a buy signal over here and over here, at what point do you consider taking profits? Is it when there's bearish divergence? Is it when it starts to break back down? Is it when it gets back below the trailing dots? Are you waiting for a sell signal, right? Are you waiting for the red trending dots? What is your game plan, right? What is your game plan? 90% sell signal, 87%. Are you waiting for a lower high? Are you waiting for all that 104%? Are you waiting for a second sell signal? What are you waiting for? What's your plan of attack? That is one. Hopefully that helps. Yep, I got it. Yeah, one comment, two comments. No need to double dip the comments. You can if you want. It helps the algorithm. But yeah, I saw both comments. I saw both of them. So let's see what else. What else is on the agenda? Tesla John. Oh, Mike almost dropped. I caught it. Mike almost dropped. Hopefully we got a mic check. It doesn't look like it's off. Seems like it's fine. Good morning. Can you explain why price on each brokerage or exchange is different? Charles Schwab had price at Altcoins around $2 lower than we were trading view, and Webull. Yeah, we touched on it briefly. Hopefully that explanation was good enough. Can you chart BCH on monthly chart? We hit all-time high at 4,500. Sure. I think I have it on here. BCH. Where is BCH? BCHG. Let me just type it in. I'm pretty sure I have it in here. So BCH. Oh, BCH, right? Let's choose. Yeah, there. No, that's perpetual. We don't want perpetual. There we go. Got it. So that's the daily chart. That's the weekly chart, ultra bullish. That's the monthly chart, right? So, all-time highs. Oh, will it hit all-time high 4,500? Oh, am I on the right one? BCH on a monthly chart. On this exchange, all-time high was 1654. So I don't even know if I'm doing the right one. You gotta let me know if it's crypto or stock. We're gonna move on. It took 5 to 10 minutes for price to catch up on. Yeah, it's all about the liquidity of each broker, each exchange. I don't know if you're on real-time pricing. You pay extra on TradingView. TradingView is going to be lagging 5 to 15 minutes unless you pay extra for real-time quotes. There's many different reasons why. Can you chart GLM? I think I've charted this one before. GLM ER? Maybe not. Oh yeah, no, I have. All right. We'll take a look at it. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Is that the right one? Let me just do it again. GLMER. Okay, let's do it again. GLMER. Oh, maybe it's different. No, I don't know. If you could be more specific over there. GLM. I have GLMR. So not just the ticker symbol, like put in the actual crypto asset as well. That'll help a lot. So ticker symbol, crypto, name of the crypto asset, name of the stock asset, all that, because there is overlap. There are BCH stock, I'm sure there's BCH crypto asset, all that stuff. There are GLMR crypto assets. There are GLMR EUR, all that stuff. So maybe you typed it in wrong. I don't know. So be more specific. If you want me to take a look at all these, how do you come up with target boxes? Yep. What else? NVIDIA. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look. We've got, can we take a look at Zoom? Swing long it. Let's take a look at Zoom for you. Let's get over on stocks. yeah, just make sure to put in all the details over there. Let's see. Zoom is up here. Swing long. All right, let's take a look at it. So again, the monthly chart is still bearish, right? The monthly the monthly chart is still bearish, as we're seeing here. And for fun, I put out this fractal. Could go through a bottoming phase for a while. I mean, this fractal would suggest that it would go through a bottoming phase, maybe for almost another year, right? It's possible. So you got the monthly chart is still bearish. You get the weekly chart is bearish. There was a buy signal and then a quick weekly sell signal almost a month ago, right? The daily chart is bearish, right? So you had that gap up buy signal, and then after that lower high, is it going to put in a higher low, right? So you got a low, you got a possible higher low, broke out to the upside, and then started to break back down, right? Started to break back down. Will it put in another higher low? Too early to say. Remember, the higher time frames are still bearish, right? The higher time frames are still bearish. We don't know yet. So as of right now, it's still guessing, right? Higher probability is getting back above that trend line over there, right? That's more conservative probably, and maybe by that time it's that's a really aggressive trend line and it's down below there. So if you're looking on the weekly chart, let's see, weekly chart, let's take a look at it. You know, probably looking at higher probabilities like that. And you can kind of see like this is based off the monthly chart. But for example, it could take some time to play out, right? Even if it gets a nice bounce, it could come all the way back down, possibly come all the way back down, go through a bottoming phase, and then before it comes up and hits some of those targets. So hopefully that helps. Not sure. Smash those deserved likes. Thank you. I appreciate that. We are 52 minutes into it. I don't see any other requests as of right now. If you want me to chart your requests, just make sure to put in all the details, the ticker symbol, whether it's crypto, the name of it, the name of the crypto asset, so we can spend some time on it and talk about it. Are you long? Are you short? All the details with that. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. And with that, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll